back to my channel. Today I decided that I'm going to make a video on organization and how I stay organized, things that have worked for me, that I have found over the years. I would consider myself a pretty organized person. I love lists and keeping track of things and having a schedule, so I'm going to give you guys my tips for what I do to keep my life organized. Always keep in mind that what works for me may not work for you, but hopefully this can give you some ideas and some tips that will at least help you out and get started on getting your life more organized. So let's get right into it. Also, I'm looking cute today. This does not happen very often, so. Okay, tip number 1 is to use the resources on your phone. If you have an iPhone like I do, then the calendars app and the reminders app that come on the phone will be your lifesaver. I have every single thing that I do during the day in the calendar. As soon as I get an appointment or have to babysit or anything like that, I put it right in the calendar and I can click on each day and see what I need to do. If I need to plan for something in advance, I can see if I already have something planned for that day, and it just maps it all out for you right in front of you, and it's amazing. And then with the reminders, I also use this daily. I'll remind myself of just the smallest things, like doing my laundry or like anything like that. You can set for a day and a time, so if you need to remind yourself at 1 p.m. to do the dishes, then you can set a reminder and it will pop up on your phone and tell you that you need to do the dishes. So this has helped me so much. I literally use it 24/7 and I highly recommend using this. Okay, tip number 2. Use a planner/calendar. So I just bought this one from Home Goods. It was like $12. You can get them really cheap ones that do basically the same thing from anywhere. I've used like the 5-star ones in the past from Target for like $7. Like, you can really get it from anywhere, and they're extremely helpful. So most of them will have like a monthly view, so you have like the entire month and you can just write whatever you have on there. So I already have like all these highlights are when I have class calls and I have to basically be on a video call. This is for the month of September. I have birthdays on here too. I like to keep track of people's birthdays. I have a couple of appointments on here. Basically anything you want, you can put on there, anything. And then there's also a weekly view. So this, in the past, I threw out my old one, unfortunately, from this past year, but I keep track of everything I have to do for classes. So for every day, I will write what homework I have to do, what I need to study for, and sometimes when it's due. And I'll try not to plan for too many things on the same day. So I'll put like finance, whatever I have to do. Pretty much I will plan my days out on the weekly, all the homework I have to do for that week. So yes, I could not live without this. It's the little things that really make me happy. So this one I really like because at the beginning it has like a little to-do list, and it says like September goals, September birthdays, and stuff like that. And then yeah, so you can also take notes in this. There's a note page. But yeah, highly recommend purchasing one. This is probably the best tip that I have. My third tip is to have a separate workspace. So for me, my workspace is in my room at my desk. So that is where I do all my homework, all my work. Do not sit in your bed and do your homework or sit at the kitchen table. Like, have a separate space so your mind can go to that place and when you're there, it knows that it's time to like get down and get things done. I have my whole setup, which I will show you guys, and I know where all my work stuff, all my folders are up there, and everything I need is right there. It's where my laptop is, where I keep my planner. So yes, I'm also going to be home this fall, so I'm still taking 7 classes, and I need to make sure that I can stay on top of everything. So being able to like just have all my stuff in one place and being able to like get down and get stuff done is gonna be super important. So this is my desk. This is where I do all my work pretty much. So I have my laptop, I have all my folders up here and some notebooks, and yeah, basically everything I have is right here, my pens, and I like to keep it very clean, which I also think is really important so you can just have a clean mind. Tip number 4 is to have a to-do list. So my suggestion and what works for me is to have a visible to-do list that's always right there in front of me. So I have this whiteboard. So this was sitting on my desk if you saw it. It just sits right on the back, so I see it all the time. And I just write anything that I need to do on it, something that doesn't have to get done immediately. And I'll just do them when I have time pretty much. So yes, that is another thing that I find really helpful. Okay, my 5th tip is kind of the same as a planner. You can use both or just a planner. I just like to use both because I like to see stuff and write stuff down. So I purchased one of these pad calendars, and I just keep it right on my desk so I can always see it. And this is where I write down literally all my appointments, all the days I'm babysitting. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I have on here is just things that I actually need to go to and be present for. So yeah, when I plan something, I write it right down on this, and I can always see it kind of planned out right in front of me, which I find really helpful. Okay, my 6th tip is to, I don't know if this is more of like a how to get things done or how to stay organized, but my 6th tip is to plan out when you are going to get things done and to create separate time periods for them. So what I mean by this is like have a time period where you're going to get work done and do homework, like if that is for 2 hours from 10 to 12 or whatever, and then at 12 if you want to work out, give yourself that time to work out and then have lunch or whatever, and then like create something that I always found helpful was to like create my free time, if that makes any sense. So I'll be like, oh, in 2 hours I'm gonna go for a walk, or in 2 hours I'm gonna give myself a break and have a snack, something like that. Just like kind of helps you keep you motivated and on task for the time period that you've planned to do that task. And then my 7th and final tip, which I think is super important, is to keep a clean workspace and a clean room. Just helps keep your mind organized. I find that like when I wake up in the morning and I make my bed and it's like nice and fresh and clean, and I keep my desk organized and just my room clean, that I feel less flustered and I feel like I can get stuff done. I feel more productive almost, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I hope that these tips help you guys, and I hope you try them out. They have definitely worked for me over the past few years, and these just kind of seem the most practical to me for everyone that is staying home this semester. All my college friends, gals, even my high school people out there. I hope that these tips can also help you get your work done at home. And even if you are in college, these tips will also be extremely helpful. So I will see you guys next time. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. It is super helpful, and yeah, so I will see you guys next time.